Hello, tubers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome to Cooper's Thai Adventure live stream with Mr. Brooke Schneider here. And thank you for joining us, Brooke. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
And today's live stream is all about Thailand, inflation, and high season is coming, and how does it affect us? Okay, so we're going to get straight into this. And inflation, we'll start with first. Inflation is going up all over the world. Wherever you live in the West, inflation is just skyrocketing, skyrocketing, skyrocketing. I get emails on a daily basis, and we get so much feedback from our subscribers that are out in the West on our Facebook group, and they're all saying the same thing. Coop, the inflation is killing me over here. You know, my pension is just not cutting it. I'm not making it in the West. I'm being priced out of my own home. Kids nowadays that are, finished high school, getting a job, can't get onto the housing market no matter how hard they try, as inflation has killed the housing market, and it's made it harder for people to buy. Interest rates are skyrocketing again. Possibility they're even going to go up another 0.25%. So, in the States, and it's just something that we got to watch out for. And they're asking me, "Hey, Coop, can my budget make it in in Philippines or in Thailand or Asia, any other Asian countries?" And I'm saying to them, "Yes, it can. You can make it over here, no problem." As inflation here in Thailand is not as bad as what it is in the West. What say you, Mr. Brooke Schneider?
Yeah, I agree with that. In the West, especially in the accommodations, the rentals have gone skyrocketed. I know when I used to winter in Florida, it's like tripled in some of the condo rentals. Yeah, I think it's steady now, but it's funny when things jump like that, they typically don't fall way back. They maybe just hold where they are, so they're at a higher rate. Haven't noticed that issue here as much. Coming into high season, it's going to raise it a little bit, but and then food prices, I know in the West have gone substantially higher.
Oh yeah,
where here I don't notice as much. A little bit in some of the items. I was telling Coop this morning about Singhai, that drink we like, was 15 baht when we got here, and it's 17 now. Well, that's like a 13% raise. What I mean?
I found that at the 7-Eleven, but at the supermarket, it's still 15 baht if you buy it by the 4-pack.
I buy 6-packs, and it's up about 6 baht on that from when it was originally.
Really?
So about a baht a piece, which is better than
1 baht.
2. Yeah.
Okay. So 1 baht on 15 baht. What percentage is that?
You better about 6%. 6.5% increase.
Yeah, 6.5%.
And that's in 6 months. We've been here 6 months. So food prices, Coop, I notice when I go to the big markets, they tend to go up and then back down. So it's maybe based on the season of the fresh fruits or vegetables that they're growing could, affect the price.
It could also be because of the exchange rate. The dollar's doing extremely well, the US dollar.
Yeah. That's although they price in baht here, and unless they're having to import the products, they're probably going to just stay in the baht and whatever the demand is. But I've noticed a bit of that in the food price as well.
Yeah, and at the food courts, I haven't seen any change in them and the prices for the food courts.
No, they seem to be holding steady there.
They've been holding steady the whole time that we've been here, and we arrived here in Thailand in March of this year. I haven't seen anything affect the food prices in the food courts. They're still steady. My friends that are messaging me from America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, England, they're all saying the food prices are going up there, and the rates are going up. Electricity's going up, water's going up, gasoline's going up. What about you? You drive a scooter. Have you noticed any change on the gas prices at the pump?
Not really.
No.
But it's so minimal. I mean, you put 100 baht in and it goes you for a week.
Exactly.
So it's
which
now
is
what about
$3.
diesel? Have you noticed it in diesel?
No, I filled up my pickup truck every week, once a week, and I'm still seeing the exact same price. I'm putting 2,000 baht to fill it up. Well, it's a big tank, it's 75-liter tank in my truck, and I'm filling it up for just under 2,000, probably about 1,800 baht. which is, what was that, about
$50?
about
Yeah, a little over
$50,
50, yeah.
$50 a month, a week I'm putting in
That's
there.
pretty
But
reasonable.
then I'm doing a lot of running around
are.
filming for the YouTube channel. So yeah, and that's pretty much the prices there.
I know, I talked to family back in the West, and the gas price in Canada is ridiculous, but
It
it's
is.
mainly because of the taxes. So they must have a lot less taxes here, on the fuels at least.
Yeah, I'm finding exactly the same. I don't know what's going on in respect to the prices, but they are staying steady here in Thailand. But in the West, they seem to be going up and up and up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so let's move on to high season. How does high season affect us over here? What happens in high season is, we call it the high season because that's when the tourist season starts, and it's already started. I've noticed a bit more traffic on the roads, a few more people around than usual, and we're finding that the prices on the condominiums are tending to go up already, and they're going up to about, I would say, somewhere in the area between 30 and 40%.
Wow.
Yeah, for the high season prices.
You're more familiar because you're out scouting every day.
I do. And some of the condominiums like the Riviera and the bigger ones like the Copacabana, they're already putting their prices up for high season.
Sure.
I did a vlog on them, and they were at 25,000 for 1 month rental, and now they're asking for 30,000 because we're just about to come into high season on the 1st of November.
Well, and it's all supply and demand, and you're getting a big demand now coming into high season. So,
yeah,
there's not a lot of impetus for the owners to drop prices when they know the high season is here. So that's what's happening.
Yeah, and that's today's topic. So go ahead and get involved. Let us know what things are like where you are. And let's see who we got on the channel. We got 42 members. So we got Aldecisi says, good day, gents, and good day to you, Mr. Aldecisi. Bad Brad, Aldecisi, good day to you, sir. Tom P, good morning, all from California. And Chrissy, hello, Darlene, Coop, and Brooke. And Darlene is in the bedroom. She is our channel moderator. So thank you for that, Chris. Tommy J, hello, Coop, Brooke, and Darlene. Tom York, hello, everyone. I hope all is well. And Joel, good evening. Jersey House, hi, everyone. Hope you're all doing great. Steve Sun, hello, good morning. And good morning to you, Steve, and welcome to the live stream, brother. Plain Dave, hello, Cooper, Darlene, and Brooke from Sacramento, California. Thanks for another live, and you're very welcome, and thank you for joining us. And Kevin Butler, good day. I love your content and information. I am interested in finding out if cryptocurrencies have been adopted by marketplaces and stores there in Thailand as a form of payment. I have absolutely no idea.
Not in our area. I haven't seen any.
But you can buy crypto in Thailand.
You can buy it. I think he's referring to
are using it as currency
or using it. No, I'd say currently in this area, no.
Yeah. The Music Sanctuary says, good evening, Coop and Brooke. I hope all is well your way. And thank you. We're doing very good. And Kylie Stanley says, the price of pork is increasing in stores like Big C and Lotus. Has pork gone up? You buy a lot of pork. Jackie likes the pork.
Unfortunately, Jackie does the buying, so I'll have to see. But she hasn't commented anything on it. I just tell her to, go get what she needs. But that's a good point. I should check into that.
Yeah, I haven't seen the pork prices go up there, Kylie. I'm not disputing you, but I haven't seen it, and I don't do a lot of shopping because Darlene and I are eating out most of the days because we were out filming and we just don't have time to be at home cooking. So thanks for letting us know about that, Kylie. Really appreciate it. And sorry, let me go back a little bit. There we go. Les Jennings, good morning, Coop, Brooke, and Darlene. And thank you, Les, for coming on and joining us. Really appreciate it. Cecilia Green says, good morning, guys. And good morning, Cecilia. The Music Sanctuary, $1.33 per liter in Alberta, Canada.
And Alberta is the least taxed province.
Really?
In Canada, yeah. So when it's $1.33 in Alberta, it's probably close to $1.80 in Ontario and down east and out west, but far west.
Now you went to back to Canada last year.
Yeah.
Do you recall what the prices were when you were out there for?
It was
for
less
gasoline?
than that. Price has gone up quite a bit since when I was there. Yeah,
it has.
Yeah,
because I'll tell you, the fuel prices haven't moved since we've been here in 6 months. I go to the gas station regularly. I got to fill the motorbike up, the truck up, and we use the local gas station here on Sukhumvit Road. And I've not noticed. I use the Shell every time I go fill up. I always look at the price on the pump.
Same here. I don't notice it changing much here.
I don't either.
In Canada, what they do, Coop, anytime they need money, they simply put it onto the fuel tax because they know they're going to get it. Everybody's got to drive, But somewhat in Florida, although Florida prices typically were always cheaper than Canada prices on, gas or even diesel.
Right. I'd agree with you right there. And Cecilia Green sends a $5 super thanks and says, thanks for all your help. And thank you, Cecilia. Very much appreciated. It keeps us going in coffees for another day or two. And really appreciate it. Thank you, Cecilia. Another one that's planning on coming out here very soon. Toby Woods, good morning. Have a great day. And thank you, Toby. W says, I initially thought your live was tomorrow, looking at the date in your page. However, I'm in New York and see you are live now with the time difference. And thank you for joining us, W. Whereabouts in New York are you, brother? My brother, Don, he lives in Buffalo, New York, and he says the prices there are going crazy for gasoline. They're going back up again. So I did see on the stock market that the barrel of oil has gone over $80 a barrel again.
Yep. It was actually higher than that. It was close to 100 there a couple weeks ago. But
so I think it's going back up, and I think it's going to affect a lot of people over there in the States. And Kevin Butler says, okay, thank you for answering that question for me. You're very welcome, Kevin. No problem, brother. Alda Cece, do you expect the rents to come down somewhat in February? No, is the honest answer. The rents tend to come down at the end of April here in Thailand, which is the Songkran. Thai New Year is always the second week in April here. And tourists tend to come from end of October, well, the middle of October, actually, all the way through to the end of April. And that's when the prices stay high. But if you want to get that low price, Al, the best way to do it is book it long term. If you're coming here for, as a tourist for 30 days, expect to pay the high price. But if you can book it for 6 months or a year, if you're planning on coming out here and retiring, then you can normally, even during the high season, get a discount because you're going to be covering quite a lot of the low season.
I remember we got here at the end of March, and it was busy.
It was, very busy.
And then April comes along with his Songkran, when it was my first. Coop had been here a few times before that. But it was still crazy here. And when Songkran was over, like you get to the end of April, and it was kind of like a drop off.
Oh, I know.
Where'd all the people go?
Yeah, they just disappears, and the only thing that you have left here are retirees, which is absolutely great.
Now we had booked a month prior to even flying here, so we had actually booked April, got it for 1 month, and that was fortunate because really, coming May 1st, there is wide open choices for condos, low season, you know, so. If you're coming in February, maybe you took a short-term rental for February, March, April, and then, hey, you can do a much better deal in May on.
Oh, yeah, because when we came initially for 1 month at the end of March, which took us to the end of April, and that's when we were able to find the good deals.
Yeah,
because we plan on staying here into the low season, and a lot of places were offering us huge discounts for that. And Cecilia Green says, have you had any issues with the fast TV online? And yes, I did. And the agent I dealt with was very nice. He sent me a message on WhatsApp and said, there's a new server. Please relog back in with the new server. and it fixed a lot of issues. Fast TV Online is in beta right now. They're trying to bring that out, and right now it's not working up to par, but it is in beta. So I would stay with your original one that you had there, and don't change it. Don't go on to the Fast TV Online. Stay with your Smarters Pro for your IPTV, and because they are having issues with the Fast TV Online. Toby Woods, $3.08 a gallon in Indiana. Wow. And Tommy J says, smash the like. Let's make Darlene smile. Thank you, Tommy. Very much appreciated, brother. Chris E., when paying for a condo in advance, can you use your Wise card? I've been loading up with the great exchange rate. And
I would say, unless they're taking credit cards at the establishment you're renting from, which I doubt they will, they prefer cash. So
no.
Well, then some of them do. Okay, I know here when we came here, it was cash. They wanted cash
because you didn't have a Thai bank account at the time.
No. I'm saying if you got your Thai bank account, then it's simple. You can just go to the bank, get all the baht you need, and pay them. But
yeah. Now, what you can do with Wise Card is you can pay it into the condominium's bank account.
Okay.
Yeah. So the owner's bank account, no problem. You could use the Wise Card that way and do a direct money transfer. Several people I know here have done it. So yeah, you can use Wise Card. Just get the bank details of the person that owns the condo that you're going to be renting, and you can transfer it direct into their bank account. Because I know you transferred some money into my bank account as a trial, just to see if the Wise Card was working when we were over in the Philippines. I remember
just to clarify that, Chris, if you're dealing owner to owner, like you're looking to rent from a private owner, yeah, that's up to them to accept that or not. With the bigger establishments, if they're set up for visa payments, which probably would be, yes, you could use it for that. Mm-hmm. In this particular case here, I think it was a private owner, and she said they prefer cash. At least you did. So yeah, that's probably why we did it.
Yeah. And James Collins says, I bought gasoline yesterday at Walmart. Murphy, lowest price was $3.35 a gallon. It's going up. It is going up in the States. My brother's telling me. I got another brother lives in Arizona. Another brother lives in California. By the way, I got 10 siblings in my family, very big family. And they're all telling me the prices is going up over there.
I remember in Florida, and it wasn't that many years ago, $1.78 a gallon. Yeah. And I'm guessing maybe 7 years ago. So there's like doubling.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah. W says, my dream trip is to Thailand with sometime in Bangkok and the Pattaya area. I noticed the hotel prices are up in Pattaya. Yes, they are gone up because we are coming into the high season. So they have raised the prices for hotels, and they raise it for condominiums here too. And also motorbike rentals, car rentals, they all raise the price during high season. The Music Sanctuary, West Texas crude closed today at $86 US per barrel. See, it's in the 80s. Yeah. And I'm seeing it going back up to 100 soon.
I think with the issues in the Middle East, if it doesn't get resolved shortly, that you'll see the prices continue because they control a lot of the oil. So
yeah, a lot of it comes out of Saudi. And Tom York says, if I shoot to come in the beginning of May, is that considered low season as far as condo prices and flight prices? Yes, it is. So expect to get a discount on your airplane tickets, as May is low season. It's after April. And the condo prices will drop by 30 to 40% because a lot of them just sit empty for low season. And you could probably get heck of a deal, because they're pulling their arm off, to try and get them rented out.
I think when we arrived here, which would have been May 1st at Dusit,
yes,
it was maybe 15% occupied.
Yeah,
like 10 to 20, no more than 20. And now it's got to be at least 50 to 60.
Yeah,
thanks to your channel, but also coming into high season now, they're getting booked a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that is absolutely right. And I'm going to put it out here on the live stream. I spoke to Jeeb yesterday, who is the realtor here at Dusit Grand Park 2, where I live. Our sister unit across the street at Dusit Park 1 has now got 3 one-bedrooms available, and she's going to give it a discount to our subscribers from 15,000 down to 13,000 if they do a 1-year contract. So good, plus, plus, plus. And Cecilia Green, I am already here. I live across the street from Coopersville, and I know you do. I was just making sure you were awake. Of course, I know you, Cecilia. I met you out at the pool with lovely Linda, and it's great having you. I've seen you walking around quite a bit. Every time I go out and film somewhere, several times I've seen you walking back from Rumpo Market direction. So I see that you're loving it out here. And give us your opinion, Cecilia. What would you say it is like in Thailand compared to the States now for a single woman over here in Thailand? So you're single, you're retired out here. How do you find it? I know at night in the States, you wouldn't see a lot of single women walking around. How do you feel it here? And have you been out at night? Let us know in the live chat. I'd really like your feedback on that. And Susan Daniluk says, good morning, Coop, Darlene, and Brooke. Enjoy all of your videos. And thank you so much, Susan. It is really appreciated. And W says, the Hilton and patio looks terrific. Although I see there are other great, less costing hotels there. So many to choose from. And there are. I stayed at the Holiday Inn several times in Pattaya throughout the last 15 years. The beds were super comfortable. The pillows were super comfortable. The buffet breakfast was fantastic. And it was less than half the price of the Hilton. So, yeah, absolutely great. And Susan Daniluk said, one is Dusit Grand 3 being built. It is being built as we speak, Susan. But their projected opening is 2025. So we're still a little way out, about a year and a quarter. They're hoping to get it open for the beginning of 2025. They do have the model unit already open here at reception that you can see it. It's in a glass display. And upstairs and above reception is where they're going to make the showrooms, so you can see what the units are actually going to be like when they're completed. So I'm looking forward to that. Tom P.E. says gas is $5.49 a gallon in San Francisco. Look at that. California always gets the high prices with the fuel. They always do. Whatever it is on the East Coast, you can guarantee on the West Coast, it's always $2 more expensive. Chris Foster says, hello, Cooper, Brooke, and Darlene. I know you mentioned this before, but can you please tell me the name of your visa agent? Thanks. And our visa agent that we've been shooting the condo with, her name is Nung. And if you'd like her contact details, Chris, send us an email and I'd be more than happy to forward your details to her. I use Nung because she gives 10% of all of her commission to charity. She's doing a lot for the homeless people here in Thailand. And as an ex-vet, I have a lot of respect for that.
I think visa agent.
Oh, visa agent. Darlene just told me, hey, Brooke Cooper, I know you mentioned this before, but can you please tell me the name of your visa agent? Sorry, my bad. Depends what agent you're looking for, Chris. The visa that we did for our retirement, we used Thai Farang Visa.
Yeah.
The visa agent that we used for our driver's licenses was TikTok Services. And the visa that we used for our wives to put them on our spousal visa, retirement visa was what is Sing called?
Thai Visa Services. Sing.
Yeah, anyways, Sing. And we got a video coming out with him on next week. So we've already filmed it. We're in the process of editing some others, so you'll see that video come out. And he goes over a lot of stuff that even I didn't know. It shocked me because I learned quite a lot of new things, which is great. I love to learn new things. So look out for that, Chris. Next week, we're doing an interview. He's agreed to do an interview with us. We've already filmed it, but we still have other videos that we have to edit before we can get that out on the channel. So probably going to be around Tuesday next week.
It's just that the other agents, weren't familiar with how to put the spouses onto our retirement. Where Singh was very, not an issue, very competent, very knowledgeable. So that's who we had to do that part of it.
Yeah. And Michael S. says, I'll let you read that one out.
Is there an issue with collecting SSI or SSDI and living in Thailand? I will still have a bank account in the States as well as a mailing address. I don't think there's any issue with that.
No, the banks are set up for it over here. They know the rules, and you have separate paperwork that you fill out if you're an American citizen. So you get that over here.
That's a good idea. You're keeping your bank account and mailing address too, Mike.
Yeah. And JJ Idaho says, hello, everyone. And thank you, JJ, and welcome to the live stream.
Darlene G, guys, please hit the like button. Make me smile.
There you go. There's the wife in the bedroom moderator. So if you're watching, please hit the like button. It really does help the channel. And it's free. It doesn't cost you a penny. W, besides food and gas in the States, insurance costs for autos and homes are up. It's a notice bump across the board without any claims or tickets. And yeah, food, gas has gone up. Insurance for cars and homes have gone up. I think everybody's just jumping on the bandwagon, Oh, if they're going to put up the prices for this, we'll put up our prices too, might as well.
Vicious circle.
And we can blame it on inflation,
Yeah. It's that was a costly expense living in the States.
Yeah.
And Canada and then Florida in the winter. And I had 2 vehicles to insure, one in the States, one in Canada, insurances on 2 buildings. And it's I had a lot of years where they didn't jump as much, but recently I noticed it going. And then what I've heard since I've been gone the last couple of years is it's gone up tremendously. Now, whether it's because of the claims or whatever reason, I'm not sure. But in fact, a lot of places in Florida can't even get insurance. So,
right.
Yeah, it's.
But I don't get it. Why would the insurance companies put up the rates? Because at the end of the day, is anybody having any more car accidents than they had before? Are more cars getting stolen than they were before?
I think that might be it. It's not so much the accidents, but cars getting stolen. And
the new technology in cars, it's pretty damn hard to steal.
I think you're right, but listen, Megan, hey, when they make a radar detector, the same company's making the one to beat it. You know what I mean? So it's yeah,
I just think they're jumping on the bandwagon. I really do. E. Dret says, "Hey guys, great content. Miss G takes Wise.
Good.
There you go.
Good to know.
It was super easy. Use your card to ensure function and notify Wise you're traveling to Thailand. And thanks, Dretz, for that. I heard from other people that Jeep did accept the Wise. So I think it was Cecilia that was trying to use Wise, and you were helping her out at the pool, weren't you?
Yeah, but that was not a Wise issue. It was just her limits weren't that high.
So they just needed to change the limits on the Wise card there.
But on that, guys, listen, cash in the pocket is still king.
Yeah.
You mention a card to a lot of people. They might be nervous or they're not sure, but hey, you got cash in the pocket, there it is on the counter. Do you want the deal or not? You know what I mean? That's still king in my mind.
Yeah. And Plain Dave says, does TikTok do retirement visas too? Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They do retirement visas as well. Cecilia Green says, I think it's pretty great already. It is very safe. Getting around in Bolt is pretty cheap. The other ladies I have met in Coopersville community have plans to learn how to get around on the bot bus. And there you go. She's answered from a women's perspective here. She's a single woman here. We have a group of 5 single women, to be exact. One lives down in what's that town, that fisherman's village called?
Banksarray,
that's it. And the other 4 girls live up here, and they're bunching together. They're going out, having a great time, great laugh. You got Cecilia, you got Linda, you got Donna, and you got Wendy. So,
and the other 4 girls live in Coopersville.
Yeah, yeah, they all do.
They live around here. It's Coopersville.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
But they're enjoying it, and it's absolutely great that they are. I think Thailand is a very safe place for women that want to retire, single women that want to retire. husband and wives that want to retire out here, you'll find it extremely safe. And don't be afraid to go out at night here. You're going to be left alone. Nobody's going to be bothering you.
Yep.
Darlene G vlog visa agent interview coming up on Tuesday, guys. Just bear with me, and she knows she's the one doing the editing. I had quite a long interview with Mr. Singh, and he put out so much informative information. I think you all going to learn something new here too. Actually, I promise you're going to learn something new. So look out for that one. Cecilia Green, I'll be knocking out my education visa this week, and great stuff, Cecilia. She's a little bit early in her retirement visa. She's a little bit younger than that. And I'm not going to give her age out on live stream. She may kill me. But anyways, she is going to be doing her education visa to tie her over until she gets to her retirement age. And she's ex-military, so big respect to you. And thank you for your service, Cecilia. Chris Foster says the visa agent that I'm talking about is for visa extensions. I have a couple of questions for them and possibly get them to do the extension for me. Okay. Yes, you can use either of the three that I mentioned. They can all do visa extensions. Not a problem there. So get in touch with them. We do put their link to their details on our Facebook group. So if you haven't joined our Facebook group already, you'll see it down there, Cooper Thai Adventure Community. It's real easy to join. All you have to do is hit the thumbs up button, followed by the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. We get a notification on the YouTube analytics, says that you're a member and you've joined, and you can then go over and join the Facebook group. Why do we do it that way? It's to keep the bots out. We get a lot of bots on the channel. Brooke did his Sunday show. I think Darlene had to delete 20 comments on there because they were all from bots. Yeah. And we want to keep them out the Facebook group, and we don't want any harassment in there, as we do have a lot of single ladies in there that enjoy our group because we protect them and make sure there's no harassment. So that's why, Chris. And we can talk about things in there that we cannot talk about on YouTube. So it's a private group, so we can say pretty much anything we want in there, which is great. And Chopper DR says, COVID vax killing drivers on the road. There you go. I can't get into that here on this channel. I will get demonetized very quickly, but I hear you, brother. Bob Mungo says, Florida insurance higher due to the hurricane and the weather damage. Yeah.
The other thing, Bobby, is, and you're aware if you're in Florida, is that a lot of insurance companies have left Florida.
Really?
Exactly. Yeah. They just, no, I don't want anything to do with it. So what you're left with, obviously, hey, those guys set the price and up it goes. So it's, yeah.
Yeah, they do get bad hurricanes over there. Matthew Barton says, hello, guys from Michigan, USA. I hope to share a beer with you sometime. And no problem. We do regular outings every week. We try and meet up with our subscribers, and we'll do something fun. Tommy J, has anyone used a remote mailbox? Pros and cons? No, I haven't used a remote mailbox. Have you?
Mm-mm.
No. So
pretty well everything's electronic today anyways, but I keep I keep my daughter back in Canada if I need mail sent. But I mean, the banking today, investments, everything gets electronically emailed to you, so it's not a big demand like the old days.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And Robert Mac Media, Cooper, hello, and hello, Robert. Alan Rowland says, hi, everyone from Jomtien. Really enjoy your live streams. I've noticed the diesel in the UK is $8.60. I was going to say it's not £8 yet, is it? US dollars a gallon, and fresh produce is very expensive. I can see myself staying longer in Thailand. And Alan is absolutely right. I spent quite a few years in England. And in England, they tax you twice for fuel that you buy. All right. So that you get taxed at the pump, and then you get taxed at the cash register as well. So the British government taxes you twice on that.
The same way.
Yeah.
One thing about the produce here, you're going to find it very fresh. I don't think you're going to find the GMO products here,
Mhm.
or the pesticides aren't used as much. So it's definitely tastes better, I
Uh-huh.
find, and it's ridiculously cheap compared to the West. Mind you, a lot of the fresh fruits have to be imported to Canada, but here, great, you'll have a great time eating, and it's all fresh and very inexpensive. So
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Uh,
good tip, LDCC. AIS is presently giving free SIM cards for tourists. Wow, that's good to know.
oh, that's excellent news. Excellent news.
AIS is a good company, by the way.
That's the
We
one
both
we
use
use.
it.
We
Yeah,
both use
yeah.
it. It's the fastest internet that you can get on cell phones out here. Darlene G Vlog, my wife says the 3 visa agents that we are promoting are proven and tested, and that's why we are promoting them. Yes, because we used them and we know they work. Not because we are getting any commission. We are not. She's absolutely right. It's just that we trust them, and that's what we do on here. If we find somebody that we trust and they do exactly what they say on the paper, I'll put them out and say, yeah, they're good. They do exactly what they say.
Yeah, yeah. The only reason we didn't, in fact, we went back to our first one, Tarai Fang Visa, I believe it was,
Yeah.
to get our spouses on. And unfortunately, we don't do that. They
No.
were very polite.
No,
And
they
it was
were polite.
understanding. And they admitted right up front, which I'm glad they did. I didn't want to waste time. And I think I checked with TikTok as well. That no, they don't do it. But then we found Singh,
Yeah.
and he does do it. And,
Right.
when you quiz him, boy, he knew it. He had the answers. And you'll see that in the video. So, yeah, they're just they all have their purpose. So whatever your needs are, you just ask, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? And, find out the cost, and, shop around.
Yeah. And how do you pronounce this one? Anti-stress kit. There we go. Hi from Wendy, and I think that's Dennis in New York, and Thailand bound in February. And hello to both of you. You're going to really enjoy it out here in February.
Welcome to high
Drop
season.
us a line when you get here. Yeah. Kylie Stanley, for veterans, you can rent a P.O. box at the Pattaya Post office on Soy 13, 5 in Pattaya. Cost is $1,500 for a year. VA does send mail to the P.O. box. Also, my son receives mail from Navy Federal.
Good to know.
Good to know. Thank you for the tip, Kylie. Really, really appreciate it. And the Music Sanctuary says, in Canada, they hit you 3 times at the pump. Trudeau's carbon tax, the GST, and depending on province, PST. What is GST and PST?
Goods and services tax. That came in quite a few years ago. They need to raise money, and I think it's like 13% now. And the provincial PST is the provincial sales tax. And in most cases, they're incorporated, but
I think England's the highest tax for gas anywhere in the world.
I would believe it.
At $8.50 a gallon.
Ridiculous.
And the government's raking it in.
The
government is really, really raking it in. And there's one thing I want to put out on the channel in regards to the condos that we're filming here. I've been getting emails from subscribers and viewers saying, hey, Coop, I'd like to book that place that you just showed me for June of next year. And the agent can't do it because they don't know whether it's going to be available in June of next year. Or they're asking in high season, I want to book that place in February. Well, we're still 4 months out away from February. And again, they can't hold a place for that long, especially in high season. So the best way to do it is a month before you want to come out here. Tell us which one you're interested in, and we'll do our best to make it happen. If not, we're going to have a very close second for you. And if you're coming out here for retirement, what I would suggest, and you're going to be coming out in high season, take your second or your third choice. Wait till after April and then go for your first choice and get that big discount.
Yeah.
That's the way I would do it, and that's what I recommend for our subscribers. You got something you'd like to add on that?
Just a little story. Getting back to the pump, gas prices, and I've seen Teslas on the road here, which shocked me. But no, I've seen them. In fact, and then I had a ride it was an MG, which you're familiar with, the company. And it was all electric car. It was like new.
Yeah.
And so I got quizzing the guy pretty good. I says, boy, this is kind of modern. Like, where do you, I charge it at home. You know what I mean? And he was a Bolt. So he just does the local. So it's good for the day.
So our equivalent of Uber.
Yeah. And I said, so how do you find the difference in costs? He says he used to be paying 300 baht a day for all his running around at the pumps.
Yeah.
And now he figured out his electric at 100 baht a day. So really, he's saving 200 baht a day. You figure that out over a year. You're getting the car paid for.
That's $6 a day.
Exactly.
Right there.
Yeah, there you go. That's like 2,000 a year.
Yeah, exactly. And there are a lot of EV charging stations I'm finding here.
Are you? Like
I
haven't been looking. So there you go. But
give you an example. We went to the Rivieras. There's 4 of them.
Okay.
Every single one had an EV charging station in the multi-story car park.
Good.
We went to the Copacabana. Again, EV charging station there.
Yeah.
The PT gas station here in Thailand. Every single one that I've seen has an EV charging station.
Excellent. Well, that's good.
Even at the hospital, there's an EV charging station. Terminal 21 Mall, Festival Mall, they have EV charging stations in the mall, in the car park.
Well, you're a Sharpie seeing all that. Until you're looking for something. I've never noticed any of what he just said because I'm not looking for it.
No, because you don't have an EV.
I don't have an EV. I don't interest. Why would I even bother?
But no, I am noticing this all over the place. So Thailand is really building the infrastructure for the EV vehicles.
Now, just question.
Yeah.
Did you ever see any of that in the Philippines?
None.
None.
Oh, wait a minute. I did see one EV charging station, only one, and it was in central Manila.
No kidding. Yeah. No, I don't recall that ever. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. I saw one time, an EV charging station, and it was extremely, extremely rare.
Yeah.
I think that was the only time I've ever seen one.
Over there.
Yeah. And the Music Sanctuary says GST 5% across the country. So there you go. And Michael S., what are the requirements to rent a condo? Credit check, background check, etc. None. And that is a great thing, Michael. Here in Thailand, there are no requirements. As long as you, what they're going to ask you for is, of course, your first month in advance.
Passport.
Probably a 1 or 2 month deposit, depending on where you're staying. Most of them are like a 2-month deposit here. Your passport with your visa stamp on arrival, showing that you're legally here in Thailand, and that's it. You can move straight in. The condominium is responsible for getting your TM30, which is your proof of where you live here in Thailand, but you have the ultimate responsibility for yourself to get it. So you can go down to immigration and get your TM30 by yourself. What you need is a copy of your contract, copy of the owner's details, like if it's a Thai person, their Thai ID card, and the fact that the paper that they are the owner of the condominium, you got to take that with you. And you can get your own TM30, or there's plenty of immigration agents here there to get you a TM30 for you if you're not able to get one for whatever reason.
Are they 1 or 2 months deposit for other than?
Some ask for 1, some ask for 2. It all depends on the landlord.
Okay.
I noticed that the pet condominiums that we did want 2 months.
2 months makes sense. Yeah.
A lot of the low budget ones, which are nice places. This is low budget, by the way, and I think it's very close to 4 to 5 stars. I would give it here.
Absolutely.
And we only required 1 month deposit. 1 month deposit. So it all depends on where you stay. Joe Al says Montreal then has a 4 tax. Here, the city of Montreal take a cut as well. So there you go. You got 4 tax in Montreal. Did you know that?
No, and see, this is new. So the cities are all looking now to get in on the game. They're never used to. The city wasn't able to tax,
right?
But now they're starting to tax if you spend money. And I'm from Stratford, Ontario, and they're starting to put a tourist tax in. You know what I mean? So it's this way they need money. They're spending money more than they bring in. So that's how they're looking to raise it.
Yeah. And by the way, I got some good news for the channel. This just came out yesterday, hot off the press here in Thailand. Thailand Prime Minister has approved a 90-day visa on arrival for Russians. Russian citizens now can get a 90-day visa on arrival starting from October 15th. So he started that. Why is that good news? Because it means that he's going to be working on the West next. So this 90-day visa on arrival that I was telling you about, that he said that he wanted to do for Western countries, and I was predicting it would be here by the new year. I'm actually thinking it's going to be here even sooner than that, because he's already started the ball in motion. With Russia, he's extended the visa on arrival for China. They now get 30 days before they got 15 days. So he's working on it very fast, and I'm expecting that one to come very soon. I'll keep you all posted when that changes.
Good news.
And Patty DeLargy says, coming to Southeast Asia in January, want to move to Thailand. Am I better to go to Malaysia for a couple of months to get cheaper long-term rental prices? Malaysia's got their high season too. It's all over Asia, buddy. So you're going to be paying high prices there as well. And it's somewhere where we want to go. We want to go to Kuala Lumpur, and we're trying to work out with a few friends, including Mr. Schneider here, about taking a driving trip over there. We're going to drive across the border. It's going to take us about 16 hours, but it's somewhere on my bucket list, and I'm done with flying. I want to drive. So it's something that we're planning, and we're probably going to make it happen the end of October, beginning of November. We're going to go for 5 days, and I'll be doing a bit of road trip filming, and also Kuala Lumpur.
Fun trip. I think too, if you're coming during high season, simply do a rental for the 1 or 2 or 3 months until you finish it in low season. Because two things happen. Number one, you get to see the building you're in, whether I want long term or not. And secondly, when low season arrives, you're definitely going to be able to get a better deal.
Yes,
especially if you've got the cash saved up to book a year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
absolutely. Yeah. And Curb Splitter says, hi guys, a little late, but I made it. And thank you for joining us. There is a program through the USPS called Informed Delivery. USPS takes a snapshot of each piece of daily mail and sends to your email. Good if you're overseas. There you go. Another plus. Thank you for sharing. Daryl Savage says Hard Rock Hotel has EV chargers also. There you go. Another one. So many of them out here now, and it is fantastic. Thanks for sharing, Daryl. Really appreciate it. Curb Splitter says informed delivery is free. Nice to know. And thanks for sharing. Anti-stress kit. To clarify, do we know if post office is renting these PO boxes to veterans versus retirees? I am a United States Air Force veteran of 10 years active service, but not a retiree. I have no idea on the PO box. I'm sure one of the subscribers here that are online is going to help you with that anti-stress kit. But
I would suspect that they'll rent to anybody.
Yeah,
as long hey, you put the money up front. Here it is. They don't really care. You might have to show your passport, but who cares? It's they're not be too concerned whether you're a retiree or a veteran or.
Yeah, I think they will, and because I bank with USAA, and as long as you were in the military, you can get a bank account with them. It doesn't matter whether you did 4 years or you did 30 years. As long as you served in the military, they will give you a bank account, which is a plus in my opinion. And Darlene G. Vlog says, watch out for that TM30. They're making it more tricky too. Okay, thank you for that, honey. And yeah, I did see something on the news this week about the TM30. And here's what they're saying. And this is only for the Pattaya area. They said that if you go outside the country and you come back in, if you're going for a vacation or something for a week or two in one of the neighboring countries or wherever you want to go, you need another TM30 because the TM30 has to be tied to your latest entry stamp into Thailand. And there's a lot of hoo-ha going on about that. And there was an old TM document before the TM30 came out. I think it was called the TM28. And that's going back about 20 years ago, Brooke. And they used to make us do that as expats here in Thailand. But the TM30 was supposed to stop all that. and it seems that Patia, it's been big in the news lately, that this may be something that's happening. I'm not entirely sure, but this is what's been reported. And I think that that's going to be looked into and changed again.
Now, in our case, Jeep did our TM30s.
Yes.
Yeah. So
now I went to the Philippines, canceled my retirement
Yeah.
visa, and then came back. Yeah. So what I guess I have to do when I do my 90-day reporting, apparently before I can do my 90-day reporting, I have to get my TM30 updated because I went out the country for 1 month.
Yeah, that makes sense then.
Yeah, before I can do my 90-day reporting,
Jeep will get that for you,
which I'm going to see her today about that. So yeah. And Wendy and Dennis here. How are you guys? We're great, and thank you for asking, Wendy. Once living in Thailand, is there a good credit card, or just use Wise Debit or Thai Bank Debit? Thanks. What we do is there's an app on that you get with your Thai bank account, bank account, and it's bank app. And what you do is you do a thing called ScanPay over here. It's very, very popular. They simply have a QR code like we do here on the wrong sleeve. Where are we at? Other one. There we go. Camera makes everything reversed. So for example, you would scan a QR code like this, and what'll happen is it'll pop up with the price on your phone, and you just put your PIN number in and accept, and you use 0 cards here. It's fantastic. You'd be able to pay for anything anywhere in Thailand. Everybody's using it. Even at the markets where where they don't take any cards because they don't have the facility, everybody's doing the ScanPay. So ScanPay is the way to go here in Thailand.
What I do is I keep my credit cards empty, and I keep them for emergency.
Yeah.
If you had to book a flight out for whatever reason on a short notice, and you're going to pay, through the roof, the credit cards will handle that. But between Wise and the bank debit, you don't need to use any other credit cards here.
No.
And, there's fees with credit cards because your exchange is not going to be the best. So that's another reason why this
3% fee. Yeah. Jersey says, we are coming to Jomtien in last week of November for our second scouting trip. Hope to meet with you guys. And no problem, Jersey. Send us an email when you get here with your time number, or if you got WhatsApp or anything like that. Send us those contact details after you get here, not before. And we will definitely reach out to you, and we'll make that happen. You can come join us on one of our weekly outings too. Tom York says, when dealing with utilities for the condo, are you having to contact electric, internet, and water companies, or is that something that the complex takes care of for you? And here's the easy answer to that. All the complexes here have what is called a juristic office, okay? They'll all be in reception area, and what they do is they're responsible for the water, the electricity, the cable TV, and some cases, or half the cases, the internet. And what you do is you'll get your bill come in your mailbox. You walk up to the juristic office in the condominium building. You don't have to go to the electric company, the internet company, the water company, none of that. You pay it right there at the juristic office, and it makes life so much easier.
And if you're looking at renting, make sure you inquire about whether it's government rate on the electric.
Yes.
Makes a big difference versus if it's not. So
yeah. And government rate is the cheapest rate here for electric in Thailand. Joel says, that is great news about the visa. And thank you, Joel. Watch Things interview on Tuesday. It's going to wake you up to a lot of things that we didn't even know. Tommy J, do either you have safes, not only for the safety, but for fire protection of documents? And no, I don't. And the reason I don't have a safe here in my condo is because the security level here is off the hook, okay? You have a key card to get into the building. You have a key card for the elevator. So you can only go to your floor, and nobody else can go to your floor unless they live on your floor. So the chances of your room getting broken into, and there's 24-hour security here. You have the roaming security. You have the security gate. I've just never felt in a need to have it. And if they want to come in here and steal what I got, which ain't a lot, there's no way they're going to get out of here. There's CCTV all over the place. Yeah.
Not an issue, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, we've been here 6 months, and there's not been a single report of theft of any
No.
kind, any kind. And people leave their helmets on the motorbikes here all over the place, not just in our condo, but out on the streets. And again, those aren't getting stolen. You know, nobody's going, oh, this is a really nice motorbike helmet. It's better than mine. I'm going to take that one and I'll leave mine. It just doesn't happen here.
It's a lot different, excuse me, here than like when I wintered in Florida. My God, you know, people were taking an Uber early morning to the airport, had their luggage out front. You know, it was a bungalow, and went back in to wait for the Uber. Got their luggage stolen right off their driveway.
Yeah.
You know, in Stratford, Ontario, Canada, then it's a little safer even than Florida, I thought, and. But here, it's to say you don't get any thought of, oh, there's trouble or theft or anything like that. At least I haven't seen it. In the example, when I first arrived, I see the scooters all lined up in parking lots everywhere, helmets sitting on it. And I mean, some expensive helmets.
Oh, yeah.
And I couldn't believe, well, why would they do it? Well, nobody steals here. I
No.
mean, you know, I leave my helmet now all the time. I don't care. It's, you know, never had a problem.
No, I do it all the time as well. And Roy Goad says, have you heard that Jomtien immigration retired guys are being charged 1,800 baht for not getting a TM30 when returning from another country, even though they haven't changed address? No, I haven't heard of a fine for not updating your TM30. I'm not aware of that, but I will be going to immigration this week as I need to do my 90-day report. So I'm definitely going to find out about that, Roy, and I will let you know on Saturday's live stream if there's any changes to it.
You've done exactly what Roy's talking about, where you left the country and came back.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm going to find out.
Get a hold of G, make sure you, and then take it with you. You know, there's 1,800 baht you saved.
Yeah. Darlene G vlog. Yes, Roy Goad. You have to update your TM30 apparently once you leave the country and come back. But I haven't. I've heard that, honey. But that's my wife. And but I haven't heard anything about a 1,800 baht fine. That's a new one on me. Matt G. Good morning to you, gentlemen. What would you say was your favorite thing about living in the Philippines? And least favorite. Some questions regarding living in Thailand. Same question regarding living in Thailand. Thanks. And I'll start off. What was my favorite thing about living in Thailand? Family. That was my favorite thing. Darlene's family is absolutely fantastic. She has 2 beautiful kids. They call me dad. I love them to bits. They love me to bits. They're fantastic. And, you know, it's like being a father all over again. I'm a grandfather. My kids have kids, so I'm a grandfather, same as you, Brooke. And it was fantastic for me. The kids kept me young. They're over with Darlene's mom and waiting to finish their school year and join us here next year. Darlene's family is fantastic. The Filipinos are very friendly people. A lot of them speak fluent English. So you're not going to have a problem in regards to that. My least favorite thing about the Philippines, oh, wow, I got a list. Where do I start? I would say the infrastructure lets the country down. Yep. It really does. It's just the red tape for everything. You go to the bank, you're going to spend 3 to 5 hours at the bank just to see a teller. There's seating areas outside the bank before you even get in. They put the plastic chairs there. I've seen 50, 100 people sitting there waiting to go in the bank. Here in Thailand, I'm in and out the bank in 20 minutes. Yep. It's fantastic. You know, there's no lines outside the banks here in Thailand that I've ever seen.
Nope.
In the Philippines, there's just lines to get in the banks. And that's not just for the bank. That's for the electric company, the water company, anything official. There's just long lines. It's like, hurry up and wait. And that destroyed the Philippines for me.
You've said it many times. You know, Philippines is, in Coop's opinion, mine as well, 20 years behind Thailand in infrastructure improvements and, you know, how things operate. You know, my biggest pleasure in the Philippines was finding my last love, Jackie.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's definitely my favorite thing. And that's the reason I actually went to the Philippines, was
Yeah.
to, I didn't know going in, hey, would I find the right one or not? Compared to what? Compared to the West. And when I did meet her, I said, wow, what a difference. You know what I mean? And so that was definitely a big plus. My least favorite, I'm like Coop. Like, the thing I always remember is driving from the airport on my first time.
Mm-hmm.
You landed in Manila, got picked up, I'm driving back, and it's daytime, and oh boy, it seemed to be like trash everywhere. Why would the country do that? Like, look after your environment, right? So that was quite shocking. The traffic was another. I mean, no stoplights, no yield signs. No, it was, how do they operate here? I ain't never driving in this place. So there was quite a bit of culture shock, and then you realize, okay, there's not as much food choices as I was thinking maybe there would be, like in the West. But so compared to what? Compared to coming to the Thailand, oh my God, what a difference. Everything's clean. They're working to keep the environment. The beaches are raked every morning, and the food choices are fantastic. And the cost of living is similar. So that's a good plus. But yeah, anyways.
And what's the worst thing I would say about Thailand? The worst thing about Thailand, I would probably say, is the humidity. I can't find anything wrong with the food. I can't find anything wrong with the infrastructure here. It just runs, and it runs smoothly. No issues. Technology is very advanced here in Thailand. They like to be up to date with everything. So the only thing I can find wrong is the humidity. We came out at the wrong time of the year. We really did. We came out in March, and
it was
March and April
humid.
are the two hottest months of the year here.
Yeah.
And it took a little while to get used to the humidity. I can remember you saying to me on our second day here, we were at the pool at our other condominium, and you said to me, "Hey, Cooper, how many showers are you taking a day?" And I said 3. I said 3. He says, "Me too." He says, "It's really humid here." So that's the only downside, but it's only humid for a couple months. The rest of the year, it's still humid, but not as much.
And you get acclimated to it.
And you do.
It takes a few months for that.
But, you do. And it's very easy to get over. But thank you, Matt, for the question. That was a hard one. It made me think. Wendy, we looked at Florida Resort for our stay in February. Beautiful, but a bit pricey. Well, I got some good news for you, Wendy. That is coming up on a video later on this week, because we actually went there and filmed it. And not to give too much spoiler alert, but you can rent it by the day, the week, and the month there. So, yeah, and we were able to get some special prices out of them. So take a look at that video and let us know what you think, how much of a difference it was from what you saw. And Mr. Anton Lucas, with the exchange rate so favorable, how could I buy bots for US dollars before I go to Thailand and get a favorable rate of exchange? And Brooke knows the answer to this.
Well, I do it through Wise, and that's what I'd recommend.
Yeah.
In fact, Wise will let you compare to all the other options, and typically they're either the best rate or very close to it. But and the other good benefit of Wise, you can actually load US dollars into Wise and have it sit there in US. So that way, if you're waiting for an exchange rate, or you want to do so much each month, you can put it even automatic to do it. And the last thing I learned, and I learned this from the research on the Wise, I now get emails of rate changes. So I put a thing in, hey, if it hits 38 baht per the dollar, bingo, I'm going to be buying. You're notified immediately. So that's kind of good news. So they're pretty state of the art how it works. Now, compared to, say, Canada, I did check even with TD is who I deal with in Canada, and they're also in the States in Florida, which I maintain both. And I checked the rates going from my bank in Canada to the Bangkok bank here, and it was way better exchange with Wise.
Yeah.
So the banks are out to just, get you. But yeah, that's what I would do.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And Roy Goad, they say you have to update your TM30 within 24 hours arriving. Well, they've only just put that out this week, and I came back on the 1st of August. So that wasn't the rule at the time, and I'm wondering how it's going to affect me when I go this week to immigration. because I'm going to say to them, hey, that wasn't the rule in August. If you just changed it this week, then you can't expect me.
You better hustle up to Jeep and get that right
I got to find out what's going on there. Yeah. And that's something I'm going to be finding out about, because I will be going to immigration and asking them personally, Roy. Living the Dream, Tacoma, WA.
Washington.
And Living the Dream says, thank you guys. Me and wife planning for May, Thailand. Can't wait. Should we buy or should we rent? Well, there's pluses in both, renting and buying. So it's end of the day, it's up to you. Some people say they want to rent before they buy to make sure that the area is the right area for them. A lot of people come over here and they buy properties and they use them for a source of income. So they rent them out. To retirees like Brooke and myself, and they have them in there all year round. They keep them for maybe 5-10 years, and they make the income on them, and they sell them, and they make a profit there too. So it's a plus.
There's, as Coop said, there's pros and cons of both ways. I think it depends a lot on your interest and your situation. I did meet, when we were at Laguna Maldives, I did meet two Canadians. One was married to a Thai lady, the other not, to a Canadian, and they both owned their condos.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, isn't that wild? And just met them, and I said, I used to go to Florida, for the winters. He said, yeah, we looked at that too, but boy, the condos are a lot cheaper here. And it made me think, he's right. Like they're about a 20% of the value you'd pay in Florida for a similar condo.
Yeah.
So there's pros and cons both ways. I think Coop's advice is smart, though. Maybe you want to rent initially here. Number one, you're going to like the country. You're going to stay. Number two, you become more familiar through your research on the ins and outs of buying. But his point about renting, it got me thinking, yeah, they're so inexpensive to buy here. At least you'll have your high season rented. If it's only 6 months, you can probably figure out whether it's worthwhile or not. So I'll do some number crunching on that. Well, just stay tuned.
Okay. And Anti-Stress Kit says at Jersey 277, Wendy and Dennis are in Hackettstown, New Jersey, international home of Mr. and Mrs. Mars. Okay, and jealous because we won't get there till February. And don't be jealous. You're coming soon enough.
Better late than never.
Yeah. And El DeCisi, would my Fire Stick work in Jumpton? Yes, it will, because Brooke has a Fire Stick and it works here just fine. Works fine. Just live, don't justify. Okay. Hi, John from Canada. Great channel. Awesome stuff. I'll be back in Pattaya in December 2023. Cheers. Sounds like you got a great disc jockey voice. And thank you for that, brother. Really appreciate it. And look us up when you get out here in December. Thank you so much. From Jersey, we will send you the email after we reach to Jomtien. Our biggest worry is finding good international school for 10-year-old, hence the second scouting trip. And we have a subscriber here staying on Jomtien Beach Road, and he has a 8-year-old, I think she is, and she is in an international school. So we do have subscribers here that have their children at international schools.
I think Sing too has,
and Sing's got a couple kids, and you can also do the homeschool option here. There's so much that you options that you can do. And we have 90 people watching the live stream. 91. Thank you all for joining us.
Hit that thumbs up. Make Darlene smile.
Make my wife smile. Hit the thumbs up. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Willie Shoemaker. Good morning, fellas. Glad I caught you guys online. William and Bernadette over in the Philippines. And thank you, William and Bernadette, for joining our live stream from the Philippines. Much appreciated.
Come on over, Willie.
Yeah.
Wendy, any bad areas in Jomtien or Pattaya to not walk in?
Any bad areas? No, not that I'm aware of. Even Walking Street, where a lot of the go-go bars are, I've been down it several times with my wife. It's not a problem. Also, you have the go-go bars in Soy 6, because that's where a lot of the live bands are. We like to watch live music. One of my favorite musics that we like to listen to is reggae, and that's right in the heart of the red light district. They got live bands there. But again, you're not going to be harassed or anything like that. They tend to see that you're with your partner and nobody messes with you. So it's I've not seen any sort of stay away areas, where it's sort of crime
Right.
ridden, or maybe it's
There might be areas in Bangkok being
yeah.
so many millions and millions of people, but I know the Philippines, there was certainly areas you didn't want to go near.
Yeah.
In Manila,
But Jomtien is a retirement community, Wendy.
Yeah.
There's really no bad areas that I've seen here so far.
Tourism is such a big plus for the economy. I think let's say authorities realize, hey, they keep things nice and safe here, so you don't see or hear about any crime or issues.
And one thing I like about here is the tourist police.
Yep.
Okay, you have the regular police, and then you have the tourist police, and the tourist police, a lot of them are expats.
Yep.
And they're there to hear both sides of the story and protect the tourists at the end of the day.
Speak English.
And they speak English, and it's fantastic.
I've seen them. They wear the uniforms, tourist police right on it. So that was interesting.
Yeah, very friendly. Any problems, go up and say hello to them, and they're more than willing to help you out. And Roy Goad says, I left my motorbike keys in the ignition in the street, and someone gave the keys to the restaurant. I was eating just outside. And there you go. Thais are really friendly people.
Yep.
Really friendly people. I've not met a bad Thai yet. They are so welcoming. The one thing that Thai people really respect is smiling. Even if you're angry, smile. Yeah. And they respect you so much more for it.
Yeah.
And that's my advice to you.
Very polite.
Be polite all times, because they really respect polite people out here.
Willie Shoemaker. Hey, Brooke, I heard you got married there in Thailand to a Filipina. When Bernadette and I go there, we want to get married there. Do you have a video out on the ins and outs of the procedure? Thanks. I don't have a video out. Maybe Coop does.
No,
it was quite simple, quite straightforward. And
you had to get a copy of your singleness from your embassy. She had to get a copy of her singleness from her embassy. They had to both be in English and then translated into Thai. And then you just went to the registration office known as the Ampere and made an appointment to get married.
So I went to the Canadian embassy. I was in and out of there in like 20 minutes. And Jackie had to go to her Philippine embassy. That was a little longer. I'd say we were there probably under an hour. And I said to the agent, at the wicket, I says, this needs to be translated to Thai, resubmitted, whatever. Who do you recommend? Oh, well, lucky I asked the question, because the guy was right next door. You know what I mean? And sure enough, he was, I think he's a lawyer, but he spoke very good English. Tor was his name. And right outside the Philippine embassy, which was great. So we walked there in 2 minutes and spoke great English. He obviously Thai, but he had lived in the States for 20 years. That's where he learned his English. And so he did all the paperwork from the Philippine side. And then it was simply a matter of, as Coop said, booking the local office here to get it registered.
And Dirty Lurker 1 says, what do you think is the monthly health insurance cost to a gold-plated plan? I will get a monthly stipend of $1,000 for insurance when I retire at 50. Wow, 1,000. That's a lot of money for insurance.
Yeah, that's I don't think you'd spend anywhere near that for a gold-plated plan.
I would probably say somewhere around about the for a gold-plated plan, 50 at 50 years old. Wow,
that's young. So it'll be less premium.
Yeah, providing you don't have any pre-existing medical conditions, brother. You're looking around about a good plan here is $2,000 to $3,000 and you're on one of the best plans here. I mean, obviously you can go crazy and spend $5,000 a year, but you're not going to need it. One of the most expensive operations here in Thailand would be something like a brain surgery, and they run about $1 million baht for which is $30,000. Okay, so in the States, I know you'd probably be looking at $500,000. Over here, it's $30,000. So that's the big difference. Stop thinking about the prices in the States and think, okay, I have to have $1 million health insurance in the States, or $2 or $5 million. I'm going to need the same in Thailand. No, you're not, because the medical costs here are so dang cheap compared to the States. It ain't even funny. I would recommend, if you're going to get a medical insurance here, 5 million baht is more than enough. If you want that gold plan, go for a 10 million baht insurance, which is 300,000 US dollars. You're not going to come anywhere near it.
No.
For anything that you need here in Thailand. I know somebody has had a brain operation, and you know, his insurance covered every single thing, and he was on the 5 million plan and didn't have anything to worry about. We both know the same guy.
I did a lot of research, and you know, so you'd get like 12 quotes from these 12 different companies.
Exactly.
And I don't ever recall that's 12,000 a year. There was nothing I saw quoted that high.
No.
But for that type of issue at your age, your premiums should be good without pre-existing or, you know, minor ones. Go for a zero deductible. And like Coop says, I would go at 10 million, because why not? Now, if this money, if you're allocated that and you get to keep the balance, okay, you make the call. If you have that maximum to spend and you lose whatever you don't, hey, you could even look at the top ends for, you know, who knows, 20 million baht, I suppose.
Yeah. And Living the Dream says, do you know if there are any AA meetings? Yes, there are. I have 14 years, November 5th, and my wife just hit 7 years in June. It is part of our life. I'm Brandon. Wife is Lisa. We are adults. Okay. Yes. Yeah. And Brandon and Lisa, yes, there is. It is just here on the corner of 2nd Road, just down the road from Rumpole Market. They do have a AA here. I know one of my subscribers that goes. I'm not going to put his name out on the channel. I'm not going to embarrass the man. But he's been sober for 30 years. He's gone there, and he says there's 20 to 30 people there every day, and it's a great place to make new friends as well. He's invited me to go and meet the people, even though I don't have a problem with alcohol. I'm more of a social drinker. I'm lucky if I have 1 beer or 2 beers a month. So I'm not really a drinker. I don't have a problem with alcohol. But he goes, and he says he's been alcohol free for 30 years. And excuse me, about to sneeze.
Goes every day.
And he goes every day. He's loving it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well done.
There it is. Get it out of the system. Okay. Curb splitter. How about those ATM lines in the Philippines? I saw plenty of lines. Oh my God. Especially in SM Mall. Praying by the time you get to insert your card that there is money left in the machine. And that's absolutely right. In the Philippines, you get these people that are loan collectors, and they keep their the people that they're lending money to, their ATM cards, and they know when their payday is. They'll go there with 10 different ATM cards taking out money that they owe them. You may get to the front of the line, and just as you get there, you put your card in the machine. It says no money, out of money.
Been there, done that.
Very, very regular in the Philippines. Cerebral Aptitude says, the scariest thing for me is retiring in 2 years at 60 and living off of even 400,000 US dollars and ending up with half of it until then.
Okay, hang on now. 2 years at 60 and 400K, and ending up with half of it until then. Oh,
because the cost of living in the States.
Yeah,
I can understand.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's eating into his savings, and I can understand that, brother. I can run if you can understand. If you can retire early, do it. Get over here. If you got that in savings, that'll cover you over and until you're 60. And you can maybe get your pension earlier, or
if you've got 400K now, and you can get 6% on these government insured, you know, treasuries, call it what you want, savings accounts, money market. That's 24 grand a year. That's 2 grand a month US. You live like a king here.
Yeah,
exactly. And then you don't touch your principal. It's protected. So
yeah, there's ways to do it, buddy.
I don't know why you'd end up with half in 2 years, unless the markets, you're worried about it going down. But a lot of people, there's a whack of money going into these, you know, interest-bearing accounts nowadays, because I think people are somewhat nervous about the markets.
Yeah. And moving on. Plain Dave says, I've heard some comments about a certain odor, something to do with the drains there. What's your experience with that issue, if any? In Jomtien, really not bad. In Pattaya, different story. They do have the odors there from the sewers. You're absolutely right. There has been some comments on the channel in regards to the beaches here and them dipping the sewage into the beaches. Well, there's a law in Thailand in regards to that, and it has to be several kilometers away from any swimming area. And of course, they already treated the sewage before it goes into the ocean. And what do fish do in the water? They pee and poop in the water all day long, and nobody ever complains about the fishes doing it. But when they do it, it has to be a certain distance away from any swimming area, and it's already treated before it even goes in. So you're not going to see any brown stuff floating in the water, so to speak. And what happens when it hits the salt? It dissolves. So salt kills it. And it's just a natural process. People put on the Facebook, oh, I'm not going to go swimming because of that. I've been in the ocean loads of times. The sewage that they put in is way down the bottom of Nha Jomtien, nowhere near Jomtien Beach. It's got to be about 3 kilometers away, and it's going deep out in the ocean. So there's absolutely nothing to worry about.
I've been on the bike a couple times, and that's the only, you'll drive over or near to a manhole cover, graded, and that's, oh geez, there's that odor. But that's rare.
Yeah.
And I've never smelt it in any buildings we've been in or anywhere. So yeah, but you'd have that same smell in the West. I've been in the West driving, and the same thing out walking, smell, it's.
Cerebral Aptitude says, after setting up a Thai bank account, does the bank give the best exchange rate?
I would say no. It's not in their best interest to do that. But
no,
hey.
I would say no too.
Yeah,
they don't give the best exchange rate.
Try it, and see what happens. But in my case, when I transferred the Canadian, it was at Canada, so they're sending bot to my bot account here. So they're raking in the profit. So I don't know about the Thai bank, what they would do, but
yeah. And he also says, I need to be sure I keep half of my savings until Social Security kicks in.
You can easily do that if you've got the 400K. I don't see that being a problem.
Yeah.
On a it's basically risk-free when you're in treasuries.
Yeah. Treasuries, IBK is another good one. That's what I use. You get 4.85% on that. And it is paid daily. So that's absolutely great. Andrew Marsh, morning Cooper, and morning Mr. Andrew. Thank you for joining us, brother. Tommy J, I've heard of folks getting ear infections from some pools in the Pattaya area. Guess it has to do with pool cleaning. I've never heard of that. That's a new one on me.
Of all the condos we looked at, I don't ever recall seeing a bad pool.
No.
They were never. And if anything, the Thais here, my God, they're clean freaks.
Yeah.
They're out every morning before you get to the pool.
Cleaning the
pool,
grass,
scooping everything out. No grass, no leaves flew in.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Maybe these people are that get the ear infections. Maybe they can't get water in their ear. I know several people they get water in their ear and they get an infection.
Sure,
so
they're
susceptible
have that anywhere.
to it. They get that anywhere. Andrew Marsh, my ear is blocked big time. Tommy, it's not good. And why is your ear blocked, Andrew? Roy Goad, the only thing to watch for are the soy dogs anywhere in Thailand and other Asian countries, in my opinion. There are soy dogs out here, but they're more afraid of us than we are of them. I've seen them all over the place.
Everywhere.
They don't mess with you. I've never seen an incident of people getting bit, heard about it on the news or anything like that. They stay away from people and they leave us alone. We leave them alone. And if you go to walk up to them, they run away. Yeah. They do.
I've never seen, and they're everywhere, but I've never seen a growl. You know what I mean? You can look at them. I don't pet them. I'm worried about lice and other issues, but they're more afraid of you, as Coop says, and if you made a move toward them, you're going to run away.
They run straight away, yeah. And here we go, Darlene, my wife, 99, yay, hit the thumbs up button, please. 99 people watching the live stream, absolutely great. Yes, please, hit that thumbs up button. It doesn't cost you anything. Wendy, hey, Coop, where did you grow up? Okay, all over the world. My dad was the United States Air Force, in the U.S. Air Force. So I was born in England, 1969. We left when I was 18 months old. Went to Davis-Monthan Air Force Base in New Hampshire. And then, we moved to New Hampshire Pease Air Force Base, I think it was called. I can't remember the name of all the bases, but we moved to New Hampshire, Arizona, California, then went to Holland, Germany, was stationed there, and then back in the States. So I sort of grew up all over the place. And probably why I got this strange voice that I have, because I really don't have an accent from anywhere. And Darlene G Vlog says, at the moment in the Philippines, pray that the ATM machine will not going to eat your card, or else you'll need a lot of documentation to get it back. And yeah, my wife is absolutely right. I actually lost my card in the ATM machine here in Thailand. So what happens, and this is a good point for y'all to listen to, when you put your card in an ATM machine in Thailand, the way it normally works in the West, you put your card in, you put your PIN number in, you choose how much you want to take out, you hit the enter button. Next thing that happens is you get your ATM card and you get your cash. Here in Thailand, it's backwards, okay? What they do here is you get your cash and then your ATM card, okay? So when I used it, I got the cash, I automatically put that in my wallet. The receipt came out, and I walked away. Okay. What happens is there's a prompt that comes up. Yeah. And the prompt you normally get is, do you want a receipt?
Yes.
No. The prompt that comes up on this machine is, do you want to, give a 50 baht donation to charity or something? And I just clicked on the no, when it came up on the machine, and I walked away. I had my cash, I had my receipt, and it was 3 days later I realized I lost my ATM card.
Wow.
I thought, oh my God. And Darlene said, well, where was the last time you used it? And I said, I used it at the Yellow Bank at Festival Mall. So we went back to Yellow Bank at Festival Mall, and I remember the ATM machine I used. I walked into the bank and I took a number. I went up to the counter and I said, look, I used that machine right there, the middle one, 3 days ago to take some money out. And I think the machine ate my card. And they said, do you have your passport on you? And I said, yes, I do. And I gave them my passport. She went to the back office. She came back and said, here you go. Here's your card.
Wow, that worked out.
They kept it and saved it for me, waiting for me to come back. Now, how many places do you know would do that? Not many, but that's what they do here in Thailand. So my hats off to them. Fantastic. And if you're watching from the Krungsea Bank and Festival Mall, thank you so much. It is really, really appreciated. True story, that. Cerebral aptitude until Social Security in 7 years. Yeah, live off the interest on it, buddy. Put that money in a high interest account and don't touch it if you can. But if you need the extra income, you're going to have income from that. And you can take your money out at any time and you don't lose anything. Barefoot Jeff. Hello, everyone. Less than 24 hours till I start my journey towards Thailand. And here you go. He's been waiting for that for a long time, been on the channel for a while. And looking forward to meeting you, Jeff. Make sure you get in touch when you get here. We like to meet all our subscribers. Cerebral aptitude. I meant when I retire in Thailand in 2 years, I will have to wait 7 more years for Social Security. Will 400,000 last me 7 years in Thailand with anything left? I do not drink. And like I said to you, brother, if you put that 400,000 in an IBK account, you're going to be earning $1,600 a month. Okay. That's what you're going to get on interest. You can live as a single man on $1,600 a month, because Brooke, who is married, is living on $1,700 a month, and you're not going to have any problems. So do that, and don't touch it. You'll get your money every month that comes in there. You can transfer it out one time for free per month. If you transfer any more than once a month, there is a small fee involved on that. So that's what I do. I would advise you to do the same. I'm only 53, so I got a while until I get my state pension, and that's how I live out here day to day.
Cerebro, I would say look at that doing that, as well as look at, say, a combination of GICs and maybe some short-term treasuries, money market funds, and then it's called laddering. So do some GICs for 30 days, maybe 3 months, 6 months, maybe 1 year, portions of the amount. So you've always got something coming due to roll it over into maybe a higher rate. I do think rates long term will stay high for quite a while. So you could even look at a 1 or 2 or 3 year rate, 5-year rate, and that way you're locked in and you know what you're going to receive each month. And IBK is good for Coop in his situation. However, it is a daily rate, and that can fluctuate. Where when you're locked in with those products, the other ones I mentioned, you're fixed. They're not going to change on you. Now, IBK could go up if rates are raised. Yeah, he might even get more. But if they get dropped, which I think eventually is going to happen within a year, it'll be less. So anyways, do your research.
Yeah. And he says, good to hear usable info from kings my age. And you're very welcome. We're not kings, but we just like to be helpful to those who want to come out.
King of the house.
I heard that to buy real estate, you have to bring it in from your home country and change it into baht. Does that mean you can't buy it from a Thai bank account that you had set? No. What it means is if you're going to buy a condo here, Jeff, what you have to do is transfer the money from your bank account in your home country into Thailand. To buy it, they need to see that the money is coming from outside the country and it's legit, and it's not part of money laundering or anything corrupt to do with that. And that's why they have that set up. It's perfectly understandable why they do it. And it's very easy to do to buy a condo here. It is not hard at all. Willie Shoemaker says, hey, Brooke, Bernadette is asking about your wife, Senomar. Did she get it from the Philippines embassy there in Thailand, or did she get it from the Philippines first? Thanks.
Darlena? I have no idea. I basically told Jackie, hey.
She answers it 3 questions down. I see that. So I'll read the answer to that out shortly. Willie, my wife answered it a couple questions down. Anti-stress kit. You fellas and Darlene are such a wealth of information, loving it. Are the 7-Elevens similarly priced as supermarkets or marked up as they are in the States? They are a little bit marked up because they're mini marts.
But not bad. Not like I saw in the West.
Not.
I expected it worse here.
Yeah.
But I was very impressed. And I mean, you will shop at 7-Eleven a lot here.
Yeah, it's not a lot. It's only a couple percent.
Yeah.
Yeah, markup. So you're not going to notice a lot of difference. The music sanctuary says it's no worse here. Half the lakes this past summer had green algae advisories. Yeah. Living the dream. How was the English over there? We are planning on the basics for now. Yeah, the English over here where we live in a retirement community is fantastic. A lot of the Thais here speak English. Even the Uber drivers that we have here, we call them Bolt, they can speak basic English. You're not really going to have a problem here. Once you get out into the rural areas, of course, there's going to be a lot less people that speak English there. But then the great thing is you got your cell phone. It's the modern age. Download the Google Translator app. I swear by it. Don't buy a translator thing. Don't waste your money. This Google Translator app is fantastic. You speak into it, give the phone, pass the phone to them. They can speak into it and it replies in each other's language. It's that easy. I swear by it. It's fantastic.
Going to the malls, great. Everyone will speak English at the stores you go to. The major restaurants here, everyone's going to speak some English, so you're going to be okay in ordering. Where I've had even at the the food stalls in like Big C and that they can do their basic English for what you're ordering. Where I've had an issue is if, I just stopped in off walking the street, or, a walk on a street at a small bit. Oh, check out there's they got the Garmin for sale, or they got that. Then you can have a problem because they know, hey, how's your English? But that's where the Google Translate comes in.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. I got a bad back. I got a knot in my back. It's been giving me problems all week. I got to go back to the hospital and get it looked at again today. Darlene G vlog. Hi, Willie. If you will get married here, Santa Mar has only 30 days before it expires. By the time you get an appointment and settle in it, will expire, but don't worry, you can order it already apostolized. There you go.
I think that's what we did. Basically, to answer your question from before, I left everything up to Jackie and Darlene. I don't speak Tagalog, and they're dealing with that. But I believe it got, we had an agent in the Philippines, and it got sent here, and that's what we used, and everything was fine. So
yeah. And my wife says, don't worry about those things, just get in touch. And go ahead and get in touch, Willie. You'll see our email down there, Cooper Thai Adventure, plural. And get in touch with us at gmail.com, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. And Darlene G vlog, my wife says again, we are here to help and talk you through it.
What a sweetheart.
She is. She's absolutely great. Wendy, best ATMs in Bangkok airport to use the Wise card to get cash. Which ones to stay away from? All of them are going to charge you exactly the same. The fee is 220 baht for using any of the ATMs. The only difference is the yellow one, which is Krungsea Bank here, will let you take the most out.
30,000, I think
you can take 30,000 out is the maximum limit. The other ones is 10 to 15 to 20,000. So if you're gonna be here for a while, I would take the maximum out, the 30,000, and pay the 220 baht rather than take 3 times 10,000 baht, because you're then going to pay 660,000. Whereas I'd rather take 30,000 out, pay 220, put the other 20 in the safe in the hotel room. If you're going to come stay in a hotel room, a lot of condominiums here do have safes and the wardrobes as well. If not, you can go buy one. They're dirt cheap here. You can buy a safe here for under $30. The digital safes. That's my advice to you. Jeff, it was called the Condominium Act. Money should be from your foreign bank account. And you're absolutely right. And there you go. There's Mr. Schneider's wife, Jackie Sheba. Hello, Mr. Schneider and Cooper. Good morning. Just woke up. You didn't wake her up before you came over?
Well, she got up, but I told her to go back to bed. It was early.
Oh, really? Oh, you're newlywed. You should have made her a cup of coffee, give her a foot massage, and then come over.
All that.
Yeah, come on, get with it, Grandpa. Okay. And Roy Goad says, Wise has a list of recommendations for which ATMs are bank ATMs in any country you may be going to. Work great for me in Bali. There you go. Nice one. My wife says, Jackie, don't check on Brooke. I already made him a coffee and put the love spell you gave me.
That's why it tasted so good.
There you go. Mr. Anton Lucas says, Joe, just opened my Wise account. Took since my last post about 15 minutes online. Can I use this Wise account to send baht from Chicago to my daughter in Koh Phangan? She has no accounts.
She would need to set up an account. I mean, yes, the answer is yes. You can send it from Chicago on your Wise account to a bank. She'll need the details of your daughter's bank. Or if she's got a Wise card, you could send it right to her card. So there's, and anyways, it's just recipient is what you enter in there and put the details. So we've done that.
Yeah, great advice. And Living the Dream says, how is your joints doing there? Do you feel the pain? Heard you say you had a bad back. And yeah, I do feel the pain. I had a cortisone injection in my shoulder a couple of days ago, but it really didn't help. The doctor told me to come back in 3 days. I got a knot in my back. I've had it for years. It comes and it goes, but it takes a long time to go. And it's pretty hard if I don't have something at the back of my back supporting it. It's just really tightens up and is quite painful. So I'm gonna go back to the doctor. He's gonna run some tests on it, probably do an MRI today and see what it is. And if it's nothing too serious, I'll just get it removed.
He needs a few more chiropractic adjustments.
And I went to the chiropractor too with Brooke 2 days ago.
I've had the same issue for years, and I realized early on, hey, chiropractor is the way to go. So now if I even feel it coming on, I told Coop this, I go in and one adjustment did it here. So that's good. So we found the guy. So we took Coop there, but I think he had left his a little too late. And I think what's causing it is a pinched nerve in the spine that's out of alignment. So anyways, see what the MRI says.
Yeah, and David Mears says you should give her a big raise, laughing out loud. And she's referring to you. He's referring to your wife.
I know
my wife there. And last one is from Roy Goad. For me, the first $200 in a month is free of ATM charges using the Wise card. I didn't know that. Did you?
That's a Wise charge, but here it's the bank that's charging you the $220. So if you pull it out of a yellow machine or Bangkok Bank and you're using Wise, it's not Wise charging the $220. It's the bank here. So that's what you. But yeah, Wise. I think it's $350 American or Canadian. Yeah, I think it's Anyways, there's a.
And here we go. Willie Shoemaker says, yes, you guys are great. We have been emailing back and forth with you guys about finding a condo. Yeah, we have. We will be there on the 30th. We have a hotel for 1 week, then hopefully into Dusit Grand Part 2. And fingers crossed for you, brother. Really are. It'd be great to finally meet you. Anthony Wilson, thanks for all you do. And you're more than welcome, Anthony. Our time is absolutely free. We reach out to everybody that emails us, that wants to meet up with us in person or talk to us on the phone. We don't charge for our time like a lot of other YouTubers do, because we are building a community and we didn't open this YouTube channel for a business. So we opened it to bring mutual people together, friends that want to retire and enjoy their retirement. And it's going great. We got how many people? You're pretty much in charge of the Facebook group now.
It's got to be about 480 now.
Almost 480.
Almost it'll be 500 probably, within the week.
Yeah, almost 500. Yeah. It'll be almost 500 people by
and
the
a lot
end
of good topics covered, a lot of good input, which is good. They're not just people signing and not commenting. It's good to see the interactions because a lot of questions go there, and there's a lot of responses on every question. So it's good to see that.
A lot of people giving the answers because they've been here or they're living here right now. So great place to go and make new friends before you even get out here. And Anthony, you're welcome. We love doing what we're doing. And the Music Sanctuary says, Coop, you mentioned medical. What does a MRI cost there? I will tell you after today because I've never paid one, and I will find out. So
I was at the dentist yesterday. I didn't get an MRI, but I got X-rays. 3 of them. It was like 800 baht. So cheap as dirt.
Yeah, it's $24 right there. It is very cheap. And Lad Lester, thank you for joining us. A new one there. What are your thoughts on Laguna 2? They're small, but priced really good. Any concerns there? Laguna 2 is directly across the street from us here where we live at Dusit Grand Part 2. Never stayed there, never been inside there. So I really don't know the answer for that one, brother. And I don't know anybody that lives there either. So you'll be the first to let us know, Lester. I just don't have anything to say.
We stayed at Laguna 3.
We stayed at Laguna 3, never at Laguna 2. So, no. But Laguna 3, they had larger rooms. They did have larger rooms.
Management was not the best. That's where I got my water shut off, if you remember. A week into the stay. But Laguna 2 looks nice. It's right across the street, and I see a lot of people coming and going from there. So
yeah. And Wendy says, God bless you. Time for bed for us. Thank you. And thank you, Wendy, for coming on here, and have sweet dreams. Plain Dave, yes, a big thanks to Cooper, Brooke, Darlene, and Jackie for letting Brooke out. Great channel. And thanks, Dave. Really appreciate it. Anti-stress kit. Alarm going off early in the morning. See you Saturday. And thank you, brother, for coming on. Much appreciated. Paul Murphy, I can lock into a 5.8% interest rate guaranteed for 5 years. What is the I think it means inflation forecast for Thailand for the coming 5 years. And I don't know what the inflation forecast is for Thailand, but I think it's very, very low.
I think, well, first off, I don't think inflation's going away, but I think it's going to be a lot less here, as you said, compared to, say, the West. I don't, they're progressive here. They seem to be busy building. I don't think the country's overly exposed to debt, not like the West, which, you know, but yeah.
And they don't import much either into Thailand. Everything is pretty much made here in Thailand. They said
foods
all the
grown
big
here,
companies, Toyota and everybody else, that, hey, if you want to sell your cars here, then you need to build a factory here.
Yeah, smart.
That's what they did. Kept, you know, keep the work inside Thailand. They produce pretty much everything here, and very little is imported. So that keeps the prices down.
I think too, Paul, like the biggest expense for most people is their accommodation expense. And I'm still amazed at how much they're building here. Every day we drive, we see these everywhere. They're building. And that's actually a good sign, because it's going to keep the supply up.
It shows the economy's growing.
Shows the economy's growing, keeps the supply up. It should actually keep the rental prices down, I would think. Maybe the buy prices too, we'll see. But with your point there, Paul, rate locked in for 5 years. Again, I would tend to stagger that, like ladder your, you know, take some at the 5, but maybe look at some at the 2 year, you know, maybe even some at 3 to 6 months. So you have money coming due every period. You don't want to have it all in 5 year and then rates jump another 2 points. During that period, you got nothing coming due. Oh man, I should have waited. Well, hey, if you ladder it, you're better.
Hindsight is always best, you know, best. Okay, and we are at 1 hour 48 minutes. That is the last of the question that's come up on the live stream. So we're going to sign off for today. And thank you all for joining us here at Cooper's Thai Adventure. I'd love to meet each and every one of you in person. I wish you all the best. And I hope that you retire out here sooner than what you would like to. You all are fantastic. We don't take our subscribers for granted. And we just want to help people, because we don't believe that the service is available for those that need help here and to make new friends. And we just decided, hey, why not be the first to do it and see how it goes? And it has gone fantastic. We're at 3,200 subscribers now.
Growing like a weed.
Wow. Cannot believe it, how fast it's grown. And people said to me, please, Cooper, don't ever quit the channel. What you're doing is fantastic. So we're going to keep going. And as long as people want us here, we will keep going and bringing you what you want to see on the channel. So thank you.
Come on over and start living the dream.
Yeah. Brandon, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Is my motorcycle endorsement good there? And yes, your motorcycle endorsement is good here. If you can get an international license, it makes the process much more easy to exchange it for a Thai license. And Paul Murphy says, great advice, guys. Thanks. And you're very welcome, Paul. Joel, Al, and I are wondering, how much lead time do we need to set up our Wise card, Brooke?
Well, if you're getting your physical Wise card sent to you and you're still in the West, probably you're going to get it within 2 weeks, 3 weeks max.
There you go.
However,
so allow a month.
Well, yeah, and then you maybe can do the digital cards immediately because that would just be simply on your phone. So, you know, that's 2 options. Yeah.
And Tom PE says, thanks for your time. And thanks for yours too. Much appreciated. We do appreciate our viewers coming on and joining us. Joe Al, have a great night. And thanks for all the info, really helping us. And you're very welcome. Hope to see you on the next live stream, which is Saturday with myself and Darlene. Lad Lester, great show as usual. Thanks, guys. And thank you, Lad, for coming on and joining us. Really appreciate it. And thank you to all you that haven't messaged in the comments, but you're sitting here watching anyways. It is highly appreciated. And please hit that thumbs up button. It really does help the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost a penny. I know YouTube says it's subscribe. I've emailed them 100 times, said, please change it. It confuses so many people. And I get no response. So there you go. That's YouTube for you. But anyways, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It should be called Show Me More. Until next time, God bless you all. Take care.
Have a good day.
And see you soon.